Welcome to Rethink, the podcast that empowers you to challenge your existing beliefs and embrace new, more productive ways of thinking. Here at Rethink, we believe that the key to self-fulfillment lies in shattering old thought patterns and adopting new mindsets that support personal growth and empowerment. With expert guests and thought leaders from a wide range of fields, we explore strategies and insights that can help you achieve success and fulfillment in all areas of your life. From relationships to career, business ownership, and health, you are the source of your own success. We're just here to help you tap into your true potential and create a brighter future. So join us on the journey of personal growth and empowerment, and let's rethink what's possible for our lives. So before the digital age made everyone a content creator, storytelling was sacred. From cave walls to campfires, humans passed a truth through feeling and not through some algorithm. But today, creators often swing between two different extremes. Purely emotional content with no structure, or over-optimized content that looks or lacks heart. The most magnetic content lives in the middle somewhere. It's soulful and it's strategic. It flows from purpose, but knows where it's going. So, in a world where everyone's sharing, being seen requires something more than just volume. It requires resonance. So this episode, we're going to be talking about creating with soul, sharing with strategy. When your content reflects your soul and it is delivered with intention, it doesn't just reach, but it resounds and it lands, and it can be adhered to, and it can be well received, and that can really help you to grow your audience. So today, guys, welcome into the podcast. We are on day 19, podcast 19 in a 30-day series, 30 days to manifestation and monetization. And you guys are welcome to join us. If this is your first time, thank you guys for hanging out with us today. Please make sure that you go ahead and subscribe to the podcast so you don't forget who we are and where we are. Old timers, thank you guys as always for holding it down for us and making sure that we continue to stay relevant. Share, like, and subscribe. Do all that good stuff to help us grow, particularly share. So if you know someone that you think could use content like this, please share it with them. It doesn't have to be this podcast. You can go back through, pick your favorite podcast and share that with one of your favorite people, family member, loved one, friend, associate, doesn't really matter. Don't beat them over the head. Send it to them in love in hopes that it will impact them in a positive way. If you'd like to help the podcast, and I certainly would like for you to do that, all you got to do is go into the show notes and pick a way to do that. You can support us by buying, digital products that obviously can help you as well. But if you want to be a partner, with the podcast, you can join the podcast membership. It is $20 or $25 a month. I think it's $25 a month, and there are a number of things that you can get in return. So, thank you guys. Thank you. And let's jump into today. I really hope you guys are enjoying this series. I'm having a lot of fun doing it and learning a lot as well. What is the opportunity for today? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let's get into it. When you post content, and this is social media and otherwise, for your soul without strategy, you burn out. You're just trying to keep up like a certain pattern, or I'm posting a certain number each day just to kind of stay out there. It can burn you out. I hear a lot of content creators say that. So when you post content with strategy instead, but with no soul, your audience loses out as well. It tunes out. It loses focus. So the emphasis today is creating with soul, sharing with the actual intention and strategy. What's the missed opportunity? Well, the missed opportunity is actual impact. And if you're going to sell someone something, let's be clear, If you're going to sell someone something, you need to be able to convince them that you can actually help them. So your content must be impactful. So many coaches, creators, and guides are sitting on life-changing messages that just get ignored. Not because they lack value, but because they lack direction. So it is as equally important that you are able to help someone as it is for you to be able to communicate to them that you can do so. And here's what that looks like. Here's what happens when there's no soulful strategy with your content. Number one, you post from emotion, but you get no attraction, and you feel defeated. Number two, you try to mimic trends, but you lose authenticity. A lot of people get caught up in that. You see what's trending, you see what's hot, and you try to do the same thing. But because it didn't come from you, you lack the integrity in terms of the connectivity with it. So it has no soul. So it doesn't feel authentic, and your audience can tell. Number three, you second guess your voice. You second guess your own voice because you don't see the results. So here's the shift. When your content reflects your heart, something that you're passionate about, which of course, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about turning your passion into revenue. When your content really comes from your heart, then it becomes a beacon. It can be positioned with clarity. And remember, we talked about you becoming the signal. You're not going after, but you're drawing people to you. You have a great message. You're not just posting, but you're building. You're building, and you're building with impact. All right, so what are some practices, Kelly, that we can do, be it on the daily or regular, incorporate into our social media strategies that are going to help us? Well, I'm glad you asked because I've got 5 ready to go for you. Top solutions for soul-led strategy for visibility. Soul-led strategy for visibility. When you combine authentic messaging with strategic sharing, your content starts working for you. Again, when you combine authentic messaging with strategic sharing, your content starts working for you. It's going to attract the right people, the right energy, and the right income. Now, full transparency, I am and have been in the last month or so right in this spot with this particular ideology. Growing our presence on social media. We've been in the podcast space for a while, but not so much on social media. And some of the growth that I'd like to see the podcast engaged in, not going to really see it unless we really become active on social media. Now, how do you do that? Well, for someone who is a podcaster, is it possible to be a podcaster and still be introverted? I think so. In many ways, I was hesitant to be very visible on some of the platforms, if that makes sense. I was just hesitant for some reason. I don't know why. But I have gotten past that, and I'm continuing to get past that because I understand the need for it. So if you're someone who doesn't want to be in front of the camera, you rather kind of be behind the scenes, or you're okay with being behind the mic, but you don't want to be in front of the camera. Maybe you don't have the technical savvy. You don't know exactly how to create these sort of posts and things like that. Here's what I've learned. Basically what I've just said to you a few minutes ago. When you post, when you combine your authentic message with the strategy, meaning, days and times to post and certain types of content, which can be a little more scientific. The piece that's a little less tangible, the intangible, soft touch piece comes from you, and that is the authenticity. I have seen people, young and old, and people who I could tell by the quality of their content are maybe not as savvy technically, but it doesn't really matter what kind of, if you got the latest camera and all this other kind of stuff. What I see is people resonating with them because they are authentic. They bring their full selves. They let down their guards. Their message is clear. They are being very authentic and transparent. And people tend to resonate with that. And if you have a product or a service that can help people, I think it's important that you come outside of comfort zone, outside of that box, which I'm talking to myself too, of course. Come outside of that box, be visible, be the face of that product or service, speak very clearly to the benefits of your product or service. And you, yes, you will draw people to that product or service, but it will be you. It will be you that does it. All right, so let's take this step by step. Here's how we can create content that connects. Number one, things that are rooted in the soul. We're just talking about that. Be authentic. Ask yourself, what's one truth, what's one thing that I believe deeply that could set someone free today? What's one of the things that I believe deeply that could just help someone set them free today? And this becomes your message. So whatever your product or service is, how do you help that person? Okay, how does your product or service help?
Let's take a quick break.
Hey guys, we're going to get you back to that exciting podcast very soon. But I wanted to break in and just let you know that we have relaunched, revamped, revitalized our 31 Days to New Beginning. It is a powerful step-by-step course. It is designed to help you to reset your mindset, to build new habits, and yes, create lasting positive change in your life. Over the span of 31 days, you'll be guided through daily lessons and journaling prompts and even actionable exercises that are going to help you to break free from limiting beliefs. It's going to help you to gain clarity on your goals and also help you to develop the confidence you're going to need to pursue your life's dreams. So whether you're feeling stuck or you're simply ready for a fresh start, the course, 31 Days to New Beginning, it's going to provide you with the tools, the strategies, and the support that you're going to need to transform your life from the inside out. So why don't you start the journey today? Go over, click on 31 Days of New Beginning, and step into a new chapter of growth, of purpose, and fulfillment. Let's get back to our podcast. And speak clearly, or even if something that is personal you've gone through, how did it help you? It's rooted in your soul. It's authentic. Step number 2, choose the right container. Does this truth best fit in a reel, in a story, a carousel, a podcast? Match the message to the medium. Now, here's we get a little bit more technical because we're talking about different platforms and different types of storytelling within these platforms. And be careful here is all I'll say, because there's a whole lot of folks willing to give you all different types of methods and methodology and formulas and things that they did, which is fine because we're hoping they're being truthful and it worked for them. I'll only say don't spend too much time on this. Try them, even if you try them all. Something will work and something won't. And the things that will work, continue to do that. And the things that won't, discontinue doing that. That's all I can tell you. It's all I can tell you. But be authentic and get your message out. Step number 3, speak to transformation. People want to be transformed. So speak to that. Use the formula before, and after, and then an invitation. The before, the problem, here's the problem. The problem exists. Here's what I did. And here's what it looks like after. And here's the invitation to get the information to help you do what I did. So before, after, and then the invitation. Before is the struggle. After is the shift. And the invitation is the next step. Of course, this is to download or comment or to listen or even to purchase a guide to assist. This can be in weight loss. This can be in self-development. This can be in personal development, transformation. This can be in relationships. This can be in a number of ways and different arenas for you to assist people. But remember, speak to the transformation, because that's really what people want. People want to move into what they believe is a better space for them. All right. Step number 4, map it out each week. Map it out weekly. Your content should have pieces that reflect your message and rotate them throughout different formats. That's the reel, the quote, the live, and the carousel. And kind of what we do is we kind of we sort of do that, I guess, in a way. What I like to do is put out positive messages, and I see what resonates with people, and then I follow that up with maybe a deeper dive, and eventually it'll end up on the podcast, or vice versa. Maybe we start off in the podcast arena, and then we kind of narrow it down and go out into the social. But the best case scenario is that we'll put out an idea on social. It could be an encouraging word. We actually do. We post daily encouraging statements on our Instagram and on our Facebook. And then same thing on YouTube Shorts. And depending on the engagement, that could end up in a podcast. And if it ends up in a podcast, what normally happens is that we have some sort of PDF, some sort of worksheet, something that can be put into the individual's hands to help them through this particular transformation, through this particular issue within their life. Okay. And again, right now is a good time for you to go, if you haven't done so, and download our workbook, because if this is getting real meaty for you and you want to write all this stuff down, it's really no need, because we have a spreadsheet for you that kind of lays all this stuff out. Schedules, you name it, is there. And you don't have to try and build it yourself. You can just plug and chug. Okay, did I post to Instagram today? Did I post to Facebook today? Excuse me. And if you are not a super technical person, you can go into the properties of Instagram, and when you post to Instagram, it automatically goes to your Facebook account, and it can automatically be uploaded as stories within your Instagram. So there are a number of ways that you can get a 2-for-1. You can do one thing and then it goes on 3 different platforms, is my point. So YouTube University is fantastic for that. If, you're still a little confused after we talk about it here, but just go into YouTube and just kind of do a little bit of searching around, and you can see how easy it is to do that. Lastly, reflect and refine. I kind of already went into this, but each week what you want to do is ask what resonated most. Go back over your posts, go back over your blogs, go back over your stories or anything that you put out there, and see what got the most engagement. What do I need to say louder or clearer? What can I expand on? What can I provide in a different format, in a different, product or service for my audience? What do they really seem to be resonating with? If you get into weight loss, you can tell that people are really intentful on wanting to lose weight, particularly at certain times of the year. Okay, we're going into the holidays and things like that. That's probably not the best time, but first of the year and then in the spring before summer, people really get intense about losing weight. Why? Well, first of the year, we're talking about setting, New Year's resolutions, and we're talking about new starts and things like that. Summer is coming. People are trying to put on less clothes. So it's a little intuitive that they would want to look better when they have on less clothes. So if you are in the weight loss space and you're trying to assist people, you really want to be aware of that. So what can I do in those areas? All right. Those are the solutions. Those are the 5. Let's go through them one more time. So when your soul meets the structure of what we just laid out here, the content becomes a magnet. Now, the only thing that we really didn't talk about in detail was the actual content. What is that you're putting out? And that is in prior episodes, and we're going to talk about a little bit more forthcoming. But the only thing I'll say about it on this episode is that it just needs to come from you. It needs to be something very authentic, and that can pull the people. The days and the times and the platforms, you can learn, but the authenticity has to come from you. The benefit of this is that you can attract aligned opportunities, and you can build a community that truly hears you, that truly hears you. And again, I'll say, because when I get messages from people that say, hey, your podcast really helped me, this is what I needed to hear today, it's super encouraging. It's the best pat on the back you're ever going to get, because your intention was just to do that. Your intention was to help. And for someone who you don't know and may never meet to say to you, hey, you know what? Thank you for your podcast. Thank you for the message today. It really helped. It was exactly what I needed when I needed it. That's super. That's no money. Nothing's going to top that feeling, I'm telling you. And this is hopefully why you're providing your product or services, to help someone as well. All right, so let's go through this as I try to get something out of my eye really quick. All right, let's get back to the notes here. So the morning message, here's a way to start a 5-day strategy. The morning message could be ask what your soul wants to say today. Ask yourself that. Get in the habit of asking yourself questions and then being quiet to hear the answers. Everything's that you need is gonna come from you. The answer is already in you. So why not ask? Ask your soul, what does it want to say today? And be quiet, meditate, and it'll come. It'll come. Number 2, choose a format. We talked about audio versus video and how I started off in podcasting, and I'm trying to expand into the video piece of it. Is it going to be text? Is it going to be a post and things like that? Let it just flow naturally. But get more familiar with social media. Be more open to it if you're not. And just kind of get in there and fool around. I don't think you can break anything. But yeah, figure out if it's going to be what format it's going to be. And number 3, add a call of action. Anytime you're doing this, make sure that you're telling your audience what you would like for them to do. You know, when I welcome people into the podcast, one of the things I always say is please share our content with people. You know, a family member, a friend, a neighbor, a coworker, it doesn't matter. And it lets people know, it may seem like a small thing to you, but people may not think about it until I say it. And of course, if you want people to do something, how are they going to know unless you ask them? So what's the call to action? You can say tag a friend, comment if this resonates with you, download the tool, learn more, shop now, buy it today. All of these are call to actions. What is it that you want your audience to do? They're looking to you to lead and to guide them. Okay. Number 4, each post, end each post with gratitude or with grounding. And what does that mean? This is a sign off that reflects who you are. I always emphasize a positive message in our descriptions, in our episodes about what our episodes can do for you. And also in our postings on social media, I want to encourage people. If they don't buy something, if they don't follow or subscribe, that's up to them. But at least if they read the caption, it's encouraging. Okay, so you still can have a positive impact. And then lastly, track the comments. Track what comment made you feel most like yourself and do more of that. Track what content, I said comment, but I meant content. Track what content made you feel more like yourself. Because there are times when I feel more instructional, when I'm doing podcasts. Because it's a very detailed type of content that we're trying to assist you with because it's very specific, like today. And then there's other times when it is a little general, and I've had very intimate and personal, reactions or engagement within the actual content area itself. That I probably sound more like your dad or your brother or somebody. But go back and see those areas that you feel more comfortable and the content that made you feel good about putting it out there. Track that content. What made you feel great about that? What made you feel most like yourself? And do more of that. Do more of that. Do more of that. This is an AI. This is something AI cannot duplicate. You are a human. You have feelings. You have empathy and sympathy and regard for your fellow man. And so when you express that, it can be seen and it can be received and it can be felt. It's incredible. And I'm going to let you guys go. We're going to focus on tomorrow. Just want to tell you this real quickly, but it's incredible how, because we were talking about vibration and we're talking about frequency. We were talking about in the early stages of this series. I have this thing. I like to see street performers, whether live or if it's on social media. And in London, they do this thing. I don't think it's in Camden, but I think it's closer. It looks like it's in next to Regent Street or in Piccadilly Circus or one of the circus areas. And there was a gentleman today, and I don't recall his name, so it just came to me, but I'll remember it for next time, so that way you can go and check it out. But I bring it up because these people are wanting to be noticed, right? They're out there singing. I'm sure they're trying to get their music out there and stuff like that. But everybody doesn't resonate. There's a guy, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the link in the show notes, okay? So you can go and see it. I can't really explain it. It's just, I know music is one of the higher forms of vibration and frequency there is, and it can change the way you feel at the drop of a dime. And this guy is singing on a street corner, in a crowd, and for whatever it's worth, this is not a stadium with super expensive microphones and all this other stuff. But the way it came across, and the way he was able to project, and the way he was able to connect with the crowd around him, there were people literally in tears. There were grown men in tears from hearing this gentleman's voice. It was magnetic. It was spellbinding. It was awe-inspiring. It was as if you were walking by, you would have to at least stop and say, where is this sound coming from? Like, I've not heard this sound. And the gentleman in front of him was just crying, was just bawling. I have no idea what the song is and even what it's about. But the sound of his voice resonated with me. And this was on a video clip on social media. I wasn't even there. And I felt some of the same impact. Okay? So why am I telling you all that? You can do the same thing. You don't maybe believe you can. And when I'm saying you, I'm saying the general you, because I'm including myself in this as well, because we're doing this together. We can have the same positive impact on people. And it doesn't matter when they hear it. Once you record it, it doesn't matter where they hear it. They can be all the way on the other side of the world. But when you do it with authenticity, when it comes from you, today we were talking about creating with soul. Let it be you, because it's you that is going to generate the connectivity with your audience. It's you. They're going to be drawn to you. And because you are an aware individual, and because you are an aware individual, and you understand who you are on a larger scale, you know that the connection between you and the other is the source that's within you, the source that's within the other. They may not know that, but you do. And so when you put out your messaging, when you put out your content, do it from a place of peace and caring and love and transparency and authenticity. So whatever your message is, let it be a good one, let it be authentic, and it will be productive. Okay? Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I really enjoyed this conversation. Come back tomorrow. We're on day 20 tomorrow. And let's see, what are we talking about on day 20? You're going to like this. Money mindset. Money mindset. We're going to rewire our mindset, and we're going to talk about money. All right. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks. That's all for today's episode of Rethink. We hope that you've enjoyed this exploration of new ideas and perspectives and found valuable insights and strategies that you can apply to your life. Remember, you are the source of your own success and fulfillment. And by embracing new ways of thinking, you can unlock your true potential and yes, create the life that you truly desire. Now, if you've enjoyed this episode, we encourage you to support the podcast by sharing it with your friends, your family members, your loved ones, and associates, and even your followers on social media. Also, leave us a review on your favorite podcast platform. Lastly, don't forget to check out our show notes for free downloads and empowering ebooks that can help you on your journey of personal growth and empowerment. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. We look forward to exploring more ideas and insights with you in the next episode of Rethink.